article so that people watching didn't get confused about my earlier references to this. This is so twisted that we never actually got to this part, which is wild. That back in July of 16th of 2024, the headline reads, Boissonneau's former business partner linked to a woman detained in Dominican Republic cocaine bust. Liberal cabinet minister Randy Boissonneau's former partner in a medical supply company has ties to an Edmonton woman who was detained in a massive cocaine bust in the Dominican Republic in April 2022. The federal incorporation documents show that Stephen Anderson, chief operating officer of Global Health Imports, created a numbered company with Francesca LeBlond in December of 2021. If you're looking at timelines, this would also align with the time in which Mr. Boissonneau had business dealings, with Mr. Anderson. So we're at least one degree of separation, maybe less as the story evolves, that this was 4 months before she was actually detained in a Caribbean country. Now, Boissonneau and Arsenault, they co-owned GHI until, mid-June, and he did claim that he had dropped the shares. But what happened in that case was international in headlines. Like, this was, for a moment, an international story, but what was never connected to this particular study was this person's possible connection. Now, the Dominican authorities detained 12 Canadians, including LeBlond, after a crew from the Canadian charter company, Pivot Airlines, said that they discovered, and I'm not talking small amounts here, 210 kilograms of cocaine hidden in their plane. Like, that would make Escobar blush. And yet here we are, with this degree. Now, I should note that she was released, but she also was previously under RCMP investigation and has a history of drug charges under a previous name, Francesca Kwok. Now, she wasn't charged. She was released by the RCMP. But just to give a bit of an example of the types of circles that Mr. Anderson was in a direct business relationship with, one degree of separation. There's lots of questions that we have about whether they had an office, whether they didn't have an office, so on and so forth.
A point of order, but finish your thought, but I do have a point of order I want to bring.
Oh, no, feel free to take the point of order.
So is it?
I have many thoughts.
Very,
so
very
is it a point of order on the amount of cocaine,
well, just on
what's the point of order on?
You're on relevance?
Just on the that it does say in the article that Randy Boissonneau has not met.
Has not met.
So I would like. Can we have this article? Can we have be provided with it?
Mr. Chair, I would encourage members.
Go ahead,
I would have understood the honourable member, who's very learned, had they had said relevance, and I would have responded in a point of order to say it's relevance, and now in this amendment, we're looking to remove people. I believe that there could be, the potential to expand the list of people, because I am curious about whether or not, in any way, shape, or form, if I had Mr. Boissonneau here, I would ask him directly, did Francesca LeBlond or Francesca Kwok, whatever the alias that she's used, have any connection whatsoever with GHI? I would want to know that. In fact, I would be interested, because maybe I couldn't take Mr. Boissonneau's word for it, what she would have to say for this. So if we're in this process now where we're going to be removing people or adding people, just know that there could be the possibility of sub-amendments. Again, Mr. Chair, looking at all this stuff, the fact that that was part of the story back in July but didn't actually get dealt with in this committee just shows how twisted this whole affair is. So I won't move a sub-amendment to the amendment, but I will say I have questions about Francesca LeBlond's business relationship with Mr. Anderson and whether or not there was any connection, directly or indirectly, with Mr. Boissonneau, because when we're talking about integrity and ethics, I think business dealings with people who are under investigation, although not charged, under investigation for smuggling massive amounts of cocaine I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I am from Hamilton Center, and I would say if your other business is in import and exports and your business partner is attached to somebody connected to smuggling, there's lots of questions still to be had. Those are my remarks. Thank you.
Okay.